I like to do things in threes, so I'm looking for a third. We've been talking about it ever since we got back on set, so hasn't happened.
We'll find one.
We'll find one.
Phenomenal performances in this. I will say, Nick Cage as Dracula was probably never on my bingo card, but I'm regretting it now because you absolutely killed it.
Oh,
I enjoyed your performance so much.
Thank you.
What was it about this out-of-the-box concept that made you say yes?
It was fresh, you know. It was looking to do something unique with the characters. It was a horror / comedy, and it's one of my favorite tones to hit. It's a real bullseye. I loved American Werewolf in London. I knew I was going to be working with him again, which was exciting because I met him on The Weatherman when we worked together, so it was an easy yes for me.
Obviously, Dracula is an awful boss, a narcissist. We've all dealt with them in our lives. Some of us still do. By the way, I do want a copy of that book and that without giving it too much away on how to deal with a narcissist. So I was like, how do I get a copy of that? But, you know, obviously he was an awful boss on screen, but what was it like working with this legend?
Oh, absolutely incredible. I could not have been happier at every moment. Like you say, like to be the person in the scenes with Nick Cage as Dracula, I don't think it's peak acting in life for me in that moment right there. I was like blown away by everything he was doing, but also on set and behind the scenes and everything that was so prepared and kind and just dedicated to everything. So it was like the best experience possible.
Oh, thank you.
No kidding. And you know, just seeing you guys both, the banter back and forth, on and on, it was so refreshing. And you're right, it is something like an original pitch that comes. And I mean, I'm so excited. I'll be honest, I'm horrified of horror movies. Like, you should have seen me last night. I was like hiding.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, I love when actors say that to me. They're like, that's great. You were absolutely terrified and you wanted to run out of the theater. But the comedy part of it, right? Like, it just kept me in, and it was just so cheeky. So
Well, what I love about what Nick Hoult can do is he's one of the rare actors that can flip from being witty and charming and incredible, fast comedic timing, and then knock you around and being totally vulnerable. So you don't know which way you're going to go, and that keeps you on the edge of the seat. You know.
Now, we saw the Daniels win at the Oscars.
Oh, yeah,
I feel
I
like
love that movie.
the Knicks should be sort of on their way to something like that. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I loved Everything Everywhere. I thought that film was so good.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the cast was terrific.
Well, I would like to see the Knicks, like the Nicholases, sort of go up on
the two Nicks on that?
Yeah, I feel like we should put that out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'd love to work together again, so let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing, right? Like, your guys' chemistry was so amazing. You know, when you walk away from something like that, how hard is it to not say, hey, let's start another project right away, because it worked out so well.
I mean, right off the get-go, I was saying, this is the second one. We did The Weatherman together. He was 14, and I knew then the story was going to become. I said, let's do, I like to do things in threes, so I'm looking for a third. We've been talking about it ever since we got back on set, so hasn't happened.
We'll find one.
We'll find one.
Why threes?
I just think come in threes. It's a good number.
And then after that, you're just like, okay, no more. It doesn't matter.
Well, I don't know about that. I'd work with them in every movie.
And a good role of comedy, right?
Yeah.
You always need threes in comedy, too.
I didn't know that, see?
You know, we're seeing this huge renaissance of horror films, but what I loved about, which by the way, I'm terrified of, you should have seen me last night, but what I appreciated so much about it was the comedy aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
Like, all of that sort of tied in. Why was now the right time to sort of tell the story?
You know, Robert wrote this really amazing treatment that has this kind of fun, cockeyed view of Dracula's world through the eyes of his assistant. It was about codependency. It's about, you know, toxic narcissists, which I think is also a very topical thing.
Super relatable.
And, but he made it fun, and he made it funny, and, you know, he gave us kind of like permission to be, you know, silly, to have fun, to use splatstick humor, because that was a big part of kind of the initial treatment and Ryan Ridley's script. And there's a lot of movies that are kind of the same thing, and our movie's original. And so I think it's kind of a little bit surprising. You know, we take an original look at this world that maybe you think that you know, and kind of see it in a new way, in a modern way.
I love that little, like, our movie's like original.
Yeah.
Just like a little plug in there. It's just the beautiful humility there. I love it, but it's true, right? And it's like, it's so appreciated too when you see something original and how well it's received and how well it's told. And I love the fact that you stuck to your original pitch for this as well. Why was highlighting Renfield as sort of the center of this, where, you know, he really sticks up to somebody just so powerful, so dangerous? Like, he knows that this could actually end his life, but just like that messaging behind it, why was that so important to you?
I think, Renfield is a character that we can all see ourselves in, that we can all kind of experience the story through, and, there's a real humanity to him, and I think taking the angle of Renfield into a Dracula story just makes it that much more relatable and that much more engaging, and you kind of start to see Dracula from his perspective, which I think makes Dracula loom large and have like a different kind of effect on the audience, and, it just seemed like a new angle to take.
Yeah, Nick Holt's incredibly vulnerable. He's got this really sweet,
so good.
vulnerableness to him.
That, without giving too much away, like that book, How to Stand Up to a Narcissist, I was like, does anybody know where I can get that?
We can send you one.
Yeah, that's
Will you
a
send me
junket
one?
gift.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just won't put a stamp of where it actually comes from. But having Nicolas Cage and Nicholas Hoult be a part of this as well, and Ben, I mean, the cast is incredible. Awkwafina, like we love her so much. I mean, I feel like as producer and director, like you've kind of hit a jackpot when you have a cast like this. So how much of it do you just sort of take your hands up and say, okay, this cast has it, or you know what I mean? Like how easy does it make your job?
1,000,000% easier when you have a great cast of people. You don't have to you don't have to worry as much. And Brandon Scott Jones, who did the Coda team leader, Mark, he was amazing. He and to me, like his scenes with Nick Hoult are wonderful. I love Nora. Awkwafina, I think she did an amazing job.
Yeah. And Nicolas Cage, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Brilliant in this. I couldn't believe my eyes what I was seeing.
Yeah.
So when you sit back and you see that, like how excited are you for Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, he's amazing.
I mean, those are the moments where you go, okay, this movie's going to work. Like when you see the cast coming together and you see Cage as Dracula and you see everything that Cage is bringing to it, all the little nuance, all the movements, the little, expressions that he makes with his face that are never scripted and just kind of come out of nowhere. Yeah. When you're watching this movie, you need to know that, we're on set, experiencing it, seeing it for the first time, sometimes going, oh my God, and we're feeling the same thing the audience is going to feel.
I feel like Teddy is not your average mob. After watching the film yesterday, I had a couple of outfits, but I feel like this was very Teddy inspired.
Oh my goodness, and the boots too?
And the boots, I was like, I feel like this is Teddy
You did
vibes.
amazing. You're very Dracula-esque.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it was inspired by Teddy. So how fun was it for you to have this edginess to your character?
It's very exciting to go from DuckTales and Sonic to a hard R, me shooting guns is a dream come true. And my hair slicked back and I'm wearing tattoos.
Good.
It's all the things I don't really get to do much. And fights and stuff like that. So it was heaven. I got to be in an action comedy.
Yeah.
Come on.
And that's just it, right? Obviously we know you in all these comedic roles, which you kill it. But it was so refreshing to see this edgy side of you, like you said, the fight scenes and all of that. But the comedy aspect of it was still there.
Yeah.
Right? So to be able to still combine all of that.
They let me push a little bit and they let me improvise a little bit and stuff like that. And the movie's super trim and all that. But I mean, if you looked at some of the stuff we did, we went on long, fun tangents of all these things. So they let me play and they took their favorite parts and they popped it in there, which is fun because I think in this type of movie, because it's really comedic, you get to play a character that's not usually comedic and push him to be a little bit funnier, a little bit raunchier, stuff like that.
Yeah. The memes, seriously, that are going to come out
Oh
of
my
this
God, I
movie
can't
too.
wait.
What do you have something in your mind that you feel like is already going to be a meme? I feel like a lot of it is going to be my Friday night, going into the weekend,
Very
edgy.
smart. Yeah. A lot of Dracula stuff. A lot of me. There's a lot of me doing a lot of drugs. I'm sure that's going to be in there somewhere. My car in the film, on the side, the decal is a wolf snorting cocaine.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff happening in this.
Yes.
And also there's a lot of blood and also there's just a lot going on. I know we're not supposed to spoil what happens in there.
Have you
at the
watched
end.
Cocaine Bear by any
I
chance?
haven't, but I love Lord Miller.
Yes.
So I can't wait.
Yeah, there was definitely some of those moments in there for me.
Oh, I cannot wait.
It was amazing.
And the idea that this movie and that movie is happening now is huge for someone who loves comedy and wants to do fun little crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So it's we get to live in these worlds of huge fantasy. It's great.
So, and you've also got Nicholas Squared, right?
We got Nick
Nicolas
Squared.
Cage.
You're the first person to say Nicholas Squared. I love it.
Thank you. I'm going to take that. It's a Canadian thing. We like to,
Yes.
But
And you say Surrey a lot.
what's that?
Surrey a lot. You say sorry a lot.
Yes, we do say sorry a lot.
Yeah.
Did I say sorry already?
No, you just
No,
did.
okay.
Okay.
I just did. But Nicolas Cage
I know.
is phenomenal.
He's amazing. How funny is he too?
Phenomenal in this film. What was it like working with him? And of course, the other Nicolas as well, both of them.
It's so hard.
The other one,
Nicolas
too.
Cage is such a, like, in our, and I'm older than you, but like in our generation, it's like, that's
You'd be
a movie
surprised
star.
you're not, actually.
Oh my God, are you like 65 years old? Am I gonna be like that surprised?
No.
But it's like, he's like a movie star. He's like a movie star amongst movie stars, you know what I mean? So the idea of that, for me, I grew up with him. So to do scenes where he's dressed as Dracula and he's like fighting me and choking me, and then it's like, it's heaven.
Yeah.
And then Nick Hoult is like he's a movie star. He's today's movie star.
Yeah,
and he's doing
he
all these
is.
action scenes, but he can be really funny and really dramatic, and you feel his heart and all the things. So it's heaven. They cast this thing so perfectly.
It's really hard, you know, when you come out of a film. I'm somebody who's like, okay, who was like a standout star to me in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're like, you want it to be Nicolas Cage because he's brilliant in it. But I'm gonna say, like, I'm not just saying this to you, but like, Teddy's my guy.
And we got that on the camera. Everybody's
Yeah,
really
me
gonna be
too.
talking about that moment.
Like, I came out there and I was like,
we really got it good. Okay, that's
like,
fantastic.
Teddy's my guy.
You
I
know
was
his
like,
real name is Tedward Teddy Lobo, and it's
Yes.
Tedward Teddy Lobo.
Lobo.
It's not a nickname. His middle name is Teddy.
Teddy.
Yeah, we're really
It's
trying to
so
change
brilliant.
the world.
It's so brilliant.
Oh,
I
I
loved
really appreciate it.
it.
That's very kind of you.
I'm
That will be
41,
the
by the
meme.
way, just so you know.
You're 41. I'm 41. When's your birthday?
November 14th.
September 15th.
Oh, Scorpio.
What's your favorite movie? Virgo.
Oh, my favorite movie? You're gonna judge me.
I can't wait.
You're gonna judge me.
I can't wait.
Titanic.
Oh, of course, you did great. You did great.
I've only watched it like 10 times.
Of course, though.
Yes,
That's the biggest movie in the world.
And Devil Wears Prada.
Great movie. I love that movie.
Okay, perfect. I think I savaged some of that. Some of it
I love
there.
Titanic.
I really?
Yeah.
People judge me. They're like, oh.
No.
No? Okay.
No, Back to the
okay,
Future's my
great.
favorite movie.
Yeah. Look at us. Same age. This
41.
is great. Great to meet you.
Great to see you.
Congratulations again. Can't wait to see what.
Come to Toronto.
No, you come to Etalk.
Etalk, right.
Etalk. That's
Got it.
just give us a ring.
Okay, I'll just call Etalk.
We'll clear out the studios and we'll do a half-an-hour special on Ben.
Just like a really, let's see, Oprah, if we can cry. If I don't
Yes.
cry by the end of that special, you did not do your job.
I did not do my job.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.